Notes from the underground. When the Soviets pulled their tanks from Budapest in this documentary I saw as a kid, people thought they heard from beneath the streets the tapping of political prisoners locked in a secret jail. The city had been too noisy before to let anyone hear them, but in the hush of what was thought to be a successful revolution, the sound from someplace deep underground rose faintly up through the pavement. In the footage, crowds lay with their ears to the ground, listening like safecrackers for tumblers falling into place. Trams were ordered to stop and traffic, the little there was, diverted, so workers could locate where the tapping came from. But no one could tell for sure. In fact, the quieter it got, the more general grew the sounds of people signaling for help. In desperation, men with pickaxes and shovels started tearing up the streets, working frantically, not knowing how much food and oxygen the prisoners had left. But then the Soviets turned their tanks around and crushed the uprising, and the sounds were heard no more, because Budapest never again was that quiet. Yet somewhere in Budapest, old men that once lived through Molotov cocktails are still listening for secrets hidden in the rubble of their liberation, trying to pick out the broken codes waiting still to be unearthed. Just a few blocks away, my mother is sleeping, I hope, at 89 in Roland Park Place. And this is a poem that I just wrote. When to call my mother. It's best to call her in the mornings, but after the aide comes to help her rise from her bed and make her breakfast, when the sun's still fresh in the windows and shifts among the green-speared leaves of philodendron, when she's yet to go down to lunch, but still warm from her bath, talcumed up and cradled sweetly in her cardigan of black angora. Get her, for she still knows the day and can keep straight the local gossip, the neighbor who's in the hospital, the pain that has settled in her wrist, the steep price she's paid for cottage cheese, and can bring to mind the word for wrist, neighbor, and cottage cheese. That's the best time, while the names of things still flicker like stars in the crisp night, pinpointed as dots on the astronomer's back map, leaped into recognizable shapes. A beast, a cup, a goddess astride a rampaging bull, while the hunter draws out an arrow from, what's that word? Oh yes, from his quiver. Thank you.